views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts, guests, and contributors, and do not reflect the official views of Real TV, its management, or affiliates. Content is provided for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From news to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Yeah, straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From news to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Current affairs, politics in the air. Social issues, we deal with it fair. No fluff, no filter, we call it how it is. Real TV vibes, what this how we miss. Straight to the point, get the people them speak. Straight to the point, every day of the week. Drama, truth, now the stories we've been. Tune in, let reality sing, yeah. Straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From news to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From news to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Yeah, straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point.
It's a beautiful, beautiful Monday here in Trinidad and Tobago. I want to say good afternoon and welcome to all of you all that is on with us on the inside, whether you're looking at us at Digital Channel 32, Green Dot 26, Airlink 25. Amplia 116. You're listening to us on the Tego app. You're listening to us live on YouTube, on Real TV. You're listening to us on Facebook or TikTok, straight to the point. I want to say good afternoon and welcome. It's been it's been a long time since I never reggae music again. Well, Dill is back again. Yeah. So, I want to say good afternoon to all of you all, wherever you are at. And, while we have been getting time to not really rock back, because it wasn't a vacation. But I was getting time to actually sit and look and listen at certain things that has been taking place within our country, within our society. And there are a lot of things that have been happening. One is that, they wanted to find out where Nathaniel was getting the money from to build the Balize house. Oh no, sorry, it wasn't Nathaniel. I hear that one through the glass. I saw the viewers and all yet I watch through the glass. But, I've been seeing patterns, and I've been seeing patterns of governance. And I've been seeing even certain people being turned against one another who they're in the same group. I literally watched a live this weekend here gone. And the football realm messing me up in all kind of different ways. So I got the opportunity to sit down and watch a live this weekend where there were people who were on the same line, we're talking politically, supporting the same party, and they were fighting one another on a TikTok live. And here he kicks with this. And I started to laugh because sometimes, it has certain things that just certain people not supposed to be involved in. We need to start to normalize taking the grannies and them off of the people, young people up on them. Because the grannies and them, they are embarrassing themselves in nonsense. You remember there was a thing that was happening, and I think a couple of people that was close to us, Robert, that this happened too. where somebody would message them via WhatsApp saying, hey, this is so and so and so. I changed my number. And what they would do next is to tell the person, here what happening. There's a hush-hush kind of thing. I want you, and when I start to tell you all about this, a lot of you all, some of you all will be shocked, and some of you all will know people who have been victims of this. So-and-so artists have a sex ring. But what they're doing is that it's quick money that you could make. You don't have to give your body, you know. They just like to be able to go and watch on the phone or on a video call, and they want to see you naked. And you again pay $2,500, $3,000. Right? And that was something that has been happening. I think at one point in time, they call up this man named in this Bacchanal Trinidad Madman, because they say that he was calling people, and there was a very popular social media, not social media, a popular producer from in the Yarima district, who was calling artists, holding his genitals, right? And he's also famous for prowling on young ladies in his studio. I haven't heard from him in a while though. He's still around? He's still making music? Movies, okay. But there has been, I've heard of artists, I've even heard of, I don't know if you all remember this Keturah girl. She had fallen victim to that. There were other younger artists, people who trying to make money. And there's nothing to be proud of, but you know, they try and they thing and they whatever. Lo and behold, recently, there's been somebody who has been sending messages around stating that here was the man name they're using now. They're using Wayne Sturge's name and saying that Wayne Sturge steamy on the outside. And Wayne Sturge is paying people to be a part of his freaky. Right? And these people quarreling on a TikTok live about somebody, both of them is PNM. And my thing is, this don't make sense to me. Right? This don't make sense to me. And I didn't really plan to come and talk about it, but as I stand up here, it started to remind me now. These people stand up and they're quarreling about the fact that they was invited, this one invite that one, to join Wayne Sturge in whatever freaky thing that's going on. And the first thing I say is, I'll ever watch Wayne Sturge. Good afternoon, Honorable Minister. Today is the first day that I am defending you. Because it's not in here. I can't see Wayne Sturge involvement in them kind of unscrupulous activities. And the fact that it has reached to the point that you have people fighting one another to validate that you invite me and tell me you're going to pay. Yeah? You invite me to go and think, who in their right mind? No disrespect. I mean, I would have taken it if they said it was Alexander. Even Philip. Barry and all might get you with that. But Wayne Sturge, what did do Wayne Sturge that now, man? All they do, Wayne Sturge, the Minister of Defense, and I'm coming to the Minister of Defense today, and I'm letting you all know, all they do the minister that. That didn't make no sense at all. All right? I could put my head on a block, close my eye, that the minister is not involved in any ring. He is not paying anybody for any favors. No. Don't put Sturgey on that. Don't put Sturgey on that. Good afternoon to all of you all on the inside. Wayne Sturge is not that guy, and I'm telling you all that. You know today they're going to call me a UNC, right? But it's okay, right? While I'm saying, I remembering, you can come back to me. I was remembering a video that Philip Edward Alexander did. 11, good afternoon. Trina, good afternoon. Gail, I see you as well. Good afternoon. Didi, good afternoon. Andre, I see you. I was reminded of a video. I can't play the video on TV because it was so volatile. Where the minister was talking about who is a Canal Kongs and who is the minister who is now a minister in the Ministry of Housing. And he really messed up this boss lady now. I wish I was a fly, you know, that I could be on a wall. So I could hear like when the Prime Minister talking to these guys. Because somehow, I don't know. I don't know Philip is a runaway train. But anyhow, let me get to the real nitty-gritty here today. And I think I'll start here. Day in, day out on this program, I tell persons that once it is too good to be true, it looks too good to be true, it sounds too good to be true, then it's not true. Unless it's love. Fellas are battling for it today. Unless it's love. You know, sometimes your woman just tell you, oh God, baby, this song ain't too good to be true. You know, we song ain't too good. The man a chance now. Take him out of the bench. Take him up today's Monday. Take the man off the bench now. Pay him a little post up. But somehow all them posting up all them man because only entertaining. Right? And I want to say condolences as well as we say entertaining to the Oscar B. I want to say condolences to the family. Today was the funeral. He would have been later yesterday. Beautiful service, beautiful tribute. I listened to his children give a beautiful tribute about him. So I just want to say that. So, and you know, you must try a little bit. We like to honor people and say how nice and beautiful they was and all these different things when they're dead, you know. We don't like to honor them when they're alive. For some reason, we don't like to tell people, I appreciate you. We always have the best of things to say when you die or when you almost die. We cry, watch now, when they're alive, they never see you cry in life, you know. So we're going to organize and look to pay a bill or two. And before we do that, I want you all to make sure and share the live because the information that I'm about to give you all this afternoon, after we come from the break, is very important. A little investment scheme that has been happening. And this individual, when we come back, let's pay those bills and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Round the bush, to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From news to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us. Hi, I'm Zalisa Budu Singh Rupani, and I'm inviting you to join me for Conversations with Zalisa right here on Real TV. It's not just another talk show, it's a space for real stories, real insight, and real impact. We cover it all: health, law, parenting, relationships, drug and substance abuse, mental health, social issues, and so much more, with expert guests who help bring clarity to life's most important questions. So, whether you're looking to be informed, empowered, or simply inspired, this show is for you. Weekdays at 10 a.m. with repeats on Real TV. In a world full of noise, choose clarity. The Real News digital publication is your choice for important news coverage. From influential figures shaping our nation to a powerful week in review that keeps you informed. The weekly edition is available for download on all of our social media platforms. Smart, sharp, essential. Real News digital publication. Stay informed, stay educated, stay empowered.
Right now, our neighbors in Venezuela are facing unimaginable hardship. Families have lost their homes. Children are going to bed hungry. Entire communities are without access to clean water or basic necessities. In the wake of this devastating natural disaster, mothers and fathers are struggling to feed their children. The elderly are left vulnerable, and countless families are wondering where their next meal will come from. But we have the power to help. Today, I'm asking you to open your hearts and extend your hands to the people of Venezuela. We are collecting non-perishable food items, bottled water, and simple necessities that can mean the difference between despair and hope. Your donation, no matter how small, can provide nourishment to a child, hydration to a family, and dignity to those who have lost everything. Please donate what you can. Drop-off location: Real TV, Fred's Plaza, number 26, Eastern Main Road, San Juan. Or call us at 868-384-7142.
$3.2 million ways to say thank you. And I want to say thank you for giving us 3.2 million views on Real TV. Don't miss the action. Don't miss a beat. Make sure and follow us on every social media platform: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Even follow us on YouTube. Click that subscribe button. And of course, download the Tego app so that you carry us wherever you are. 3.2 million views, and we're going higher. Make sure and be a part of the realest of all reels, Real TV.
Straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the push. From news to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Yeah, straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the push. From news to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Current affairs, politics in the air. Social issues, we deal with it fair. No fluff, no filter, we call it how it is. Real TV vibes, what this how we miss. Straight to the point, get the people them speak. Straight to the point, every day of the week. Drama, truth, now the stories we've been. Tune in, let reality sing ya. Straight to the point, we don't beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the push. From news to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Johnny, yeah. Straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From use to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Johnny, straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From use to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Current affairs, politics in the air. Social issues, we deal with it fair. No fluff, no filter, we call it how it is. Real TV vibes, what this how we miss. Straight to the point, get the people them speak. Straight to the point, every day of the week. Drama, truth, now the stories we've been. Tune in, let reality sing. Straight to the point.
So I want to say good afternoon and welcome to all of you all that is on the inside with us, wherever you all are at. I seen that TikTok has been giving me a hard time, you know. TikTok giving us a very hard time. But say what? So I want to tell you all this about in terms of, it have been since last year. I saw a gentleman posting what's now? Sometimes I just try to understand that people dotish for spite, you know. It has some things I just don't have patience for anymore. You come here, send information to me. I'm telling you, send the evidence. You go ask me like. I don't tell you, send all the evidence you have. You go ask me like. That mean you not no evidence. Anyhow, it don't be easy. And I just understand these fellas just go out here and be singing about fully dance and all these different things, like, you know. But anyhow, so last year I would have seen some things publishing on TikTok, and it was popping up on TikTok, where a gentleman was telling persons, invest in $1,000 and receive $2,000. Invest in $2,000 and you receive $4,000 in 14 days. That's what he said. In 14 days, you will be able to blossom from having $1,000 put in, and you'll get $2,000 in return, right? So, and this is since in 2025. I looked at it, and again, I do not believe in these type of business in any form or fashion, because my question always is, where are you going to get the money from? Where are you going to get the funds to double the interest? Sometimes the only thing that I just pray for is that I just say, boy, I wish I had the belly like some of these guys. Because scamming, you have to have some big guts in it. You understand? Your guts have to be big to scam people and live an everyday life, walk around like normal, and it's a cool scene. So the gentleman in question, he posted videos, and then all the videos was removed because persons started to complain that they were not getting their money. Lo and behold, about 2 weeks ago, I saw posts from him being posted again, surfacing on my on your, what just call it, your FYP, your For You page. And about him sending to a new location, and then now the investment program would have begun again. So I watch it and I say, pressure. Somebody go and get catch with this again. Lo and behold, God had it where somebody messaged me and said, Mr. Dale, I am a victim where I would have been, I gave this man money since 2025, and we are in 2026 and I have yet to receive my funds. And as we always do here, straight to the point, I say, send me your evidence. Because I am not going to put myself out on a limb for anybody who doesn't have evidence. Good afternoon to you, Cherise. How are you doing? We don't do anything here without having evidence. Betty James, good afternoon. Ann Hernandez, good afternoon. And she sent evidence. I can't remember because I didn't prompt this into my notes on my tablet today. We have the receipt that was written. All I remember is the receipt was computer handwriting. You know what's computer handwriting, Nathaniel? It's worse than a doctor handwriting, you know. Crapo foot for so. But let's see if we could put up the receipt, because I want you all to understand where I'm going. Because I did have a conversation with this young man as well. So, the receipt was on the 15th of December, 2025. Right? And this money was sent as a bank transfer. It didn't go to my boy personal account. It went to his sister. Now we don't need to put up that part for now irrelevant. The money went to his sister, $2,000, right? And I see here, Island Platter, the person who would have been the payer, $2,000, and it puts their business partnership, right? And his signature. We have the TikTok video. Let me probably play that video so that many of you all could be familiar with who I'm speaking about. Let's play the video.
That pool of funds is now loaned out to businesses that are in the program, and those businesses pay us back with interest so that we can repay the investors that invested in the pool. Right? So you all have a problem with that. So what it is, right? What it is the banks and the credit unions does do. Huh? What is the banks and credit unions does do with your money? What it is the banks and the credit unions does do with your money. Somebody tell me that. People saying all kind of thing, nobody answering my question. Okay, so how bad is the live sticking? Somebody, are you hearing my full sentence? Are you hearing my full sentence? You're comfortable sleeping any night. It have people who never get back the money from Hindu Credit Union. And if you understand what a credit union is, you do not have access to all of your funds. You do not. Can someone tell me what the banks and credit unions does with your money? Can someone tell me? Because there are some people on the life who do not believe that the Island Platter should take our investors' funds to loan to businesses. And those businesses repay the Island Platter with interest so that we can repay the investors. But I just want one person to tell me what the banks or the credit unions does do with your money. Can one person tell me, please? If you can tell me, you will understand that the banks just trade with your money. The banks just trade. Do you know what trading is? Do you understand what trading is? If you understand what trading is, do you understand what trading is? Do you know what credit unions and financial institutions do with your money? The Hindu Credit Union closed down. There are people who still waiting for their money. There are people who who all their life savings, everything that they sacrificed their entire life for was there. So what are you?
Right. So for those of you all who were not aware of the gentleman, he used to go up on TikTok and he dancing and he this and he that, and he's been able to handle this operation. And I decided that at first I was going to give him an opportunity to hear. And then on doing some investigations and even realizing that my phone conversation with him and what he has been speaking about on a live broadcast and what he has on his social media accounts doesn't add up. He posted on his social media that people were getting payouts, were receiving payouts, and then encouraging other persons to come and invest their money because people have been receiving their payouts and they invest their money and in 14 days time they will get money too, right? Then he went into saying in a live video previously that he has a pool of businesses that he lends money to, that the money that has been given to him is placed in a pool, so the people that are investing in 2,000, the 1,000, the 500, and they're getting the thing double. That money is placed into a pool, and in that pool there are other businesses, and they borrow that money from that pool, and then they pay back, and when they pay back with interest, the persons who invest will get that money plus interest. That making sense? And to gaslight people, this is part of a life that he did where he was telling people, the banks, just take your money and invest it and don't give you a cent and still charge you for keeping your money. And he at the Island Platter is able to give you 100% of your investment and double it. And a lot of people have been getting caught with it until they started to realize that he was evading their calls, he was blocking their numbers. And you all would not believe how funny this telephone conversation that I had with this gentleman. And I hide nothing on my show. When I was given the gentleman's number, contact number, I saw his name saved as Daniel, Speedarama Events. And for the life of me, I'm trying to remember, because I don't save nobody's number unless me and you had an interaction. And we do some sort of level of business. But I would have changed phones over the years. So, it has some history that may disappear. I could tell you all, I could go up on WhatsApp and I could pull back a conversation from 2015, 2016. So, best believe, if Daniel's name is saved under Speedarama, I will get the right information. But I tried to contact Daniel. He didn't answer me at first. I sent him a message. And I like that. You know what I like, Robert? I like the fact that when a man see a missed call from a guy like me, you know what's the first thing he did? He went up on the page, he went up on straight to the point, and he went and do his research. Wanted to know, and for all you know, he's probably watching us live right now. So good afternoon to you, Daniel. And he did his research, and then he calls back. And I still did the honorable thing, and I introduced myself to him, and I said, I am getting complaints. And I want to give you the opportunity to explain to me your business model. Explain to me how this works. You understand? And as usual, you know, these guys love to try to baffle me out of all people. And I just can't understand. Out of everybody, why you all trying to baffle me? I just see straight through it. So I allowed him to listen. And when he was done talking in nonsense, and he said, I said, all I want to know is how long would it take for you to pay these people and them back their money? He said 14 days. And when I hung up that phone, because I was driving it, I said, Dale, this man really feel you stupid. And I want to tell Daniel this on this program here this afternoon, live on the internet, live on cable TV, national TV, that I'm giving you 7 days. I'm not giving you 14. You get your house in order, or I will get it in order for you. And I will ensure that you don't take another person's cent. Because this man tell me that he only blocks people, and I have the conversation, so I want to play it, but I want to kind of prep all you, because I know when we come from the break and I play that conversation, you all are going to be blown. Because this man tells me that he blocks people when they come at him out of timing. But somebody says game 72. You see, I want to be able, because I showed up in Sandy Grande by where it was advertised that Island Plateau was supposed to be at, and he wasn't there. He advertised on his social media that they were open last week in Arima. And there was no Island Platter there. He told me that he was in Arty Foods compound. And the reason he left in the first place was because people were threatening him. Of course, people were threatening if you take their money, promise to give them back in a certain time period, stop answer your phone, stop communicate with them, and then expect you to what? Be all honky-dory? All honky-dory pudding in pie? Of course not. You expect a man to come and still bring to you the word of God and say, God bless you, my brother, and may his face shine upon you. When you owe them money and have to call you on all kind of funny number for you and hope you answer because you're thinking it's somebody else calling to give you 1,000. And you telling me that a man talk to you wrong or talk to you left, I go talk to you left too. Matter of fact, I don't talk left. You don't get it right. And, you know, as I'm saying that, I find like these days plenty people papi showing me. And I realize like I need to start making examples. I'm making the wrongs this week, you know. I'm making wrongs this week. But he said that, Mr. Dale, I don't block nobody from my WhatsApp. And mind you, he's on my phone messaging me, asking me to take down the video. Begging me to take down the video. But why must I take down a video? When you are scheming people and realize I didn't say alleged. You are scamming people. Realize I didn't say alleged. And I want you all to understand, this is Dale the voice saying that. Not Real TV. Come by me. Come by me. And let me rango tango. Because talking into my chest, you know, some people have to hide behind a fake profile to put out, no, I'm talking with my chest. Because there is no way, and I told them, I said, bro, I want to be honest with you. Why promise double? And this is what he told me. He takes the money and reinvests it into Island Platter, and then Island Platter will make back the money, and then he will pay back the person with interest. So I was like, scratch head. So that means then that you are taking a loan from somebody and you're paying them back with interest. Now that's so much ways I could mash up this man. Because he's not a money lender. He don't have a money lender license. Because you're saying that you're lending businesses money and you're spending it back after. I think that's what it's called, a larceny by trick. Yeah, larceny by trick. Then you involve your goodly sister. Have people sending money to your sister's account and didn't expect that they go find your sister. And he was so upset when it came. Look, Trina saying the food don't even taste good. I don't have a problem with people trying to make money, you know. But do it the right way. So when you are, and I can't blame people, but at the same time, sometimes I start to power upon some of you. Because some of you are a little dotish too. We're not asking the right questions. We just want opportunity. So as a man say, you will get 1,000, you get 100,000. You didn't have a thing going on too with Western Union now too, right? Oh God, Robbie. Send her 1,500. Send her. When we come back, we're coming back with some more. Don't go anywhere. This is straight to the point. I'm showing all it today because after today, I don't want nobody coming and telling me about the things and the people that have spoken about that. Will I get catch you? We'll take that break. We'll be right back.
Straight to the point.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
Behind every mistake, there's a person. And behind every struggle, there's a story waiting to be told. This is Redemption, a road to rehabilitation and recovery, where honesty meets hope and change begins. I am Prem Bajri. I was a part of the problem, and now I want to be part of the solution. So join me on Real TV every Thursday at 6 p.m. See you there.
Ladies and gentlemen, young people, senior citizens, it is my pleasure and privilege to invite you to look at the program Inspired on Real TV at 2 p.m. every Wednesday afternoon. Inspired is designed to lift your spirits, to help you overcome depression and failure so you could be an outstanding, extraordinary success. We have special experts every Wednesday who will inspire you to do better, to be your best self. So may God bless you. And remember, every Wednesday at 2 p.m., please look out for the program Inspire.
I am Walter Stewart, President of the Trinidad and Tobago National Council of Parent-Teacher Associations Incorporated. Join us every Thursday, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Real TV, where we look at NPTA Speaks, National Parent-Teacher Association Speaks, on topical and relevant issues pertaining to parents, teachers, education, and students of Trinidad and Tobago. This, of course, encapsulates local, regional, and international audiences every Thursday, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Real TV, NPTA Speaks.
Straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From music drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From music drama, truth in every voice. If you want.
One of these days I'll have a Netflix series, you know. One of these days I'll have a Netflix series. But this gentleman has been working very hard to take persons' money or relieve them of the money that he believes they don't need anymore. And I don't know. And maybe it just may be that I'm not the only person or hey, afternoon, Arlene Cox. Or maybe there are not many people, or there are many more people, I should say, that is victim to the island platter. Maybe. This is the island platter here. This is, and if you all see videos like this popping up on your TikTok and your social media, run fast. Don't even call the number. Don't even say, let me try it out. In this Gova season, even gaining $200 to multiply into $400 makes no sense. You understand what I'm saying? It's pressure. But I want to share you all with a telephone conversation that I had with this gentleman on Saturday. Saturday, I had a telephone conversation with this guy, Saturday evening. Oh, and by the way, I want to say congratulations to the certain GPS guy. Remember I tell you that certain guy owing people money and he ain't pay the money and he's literally just about 10% again before he's completely paid off his bill. And I want to say kudos for that, because that means I don't have to call his name. I mean, I don't have to pay him up. And there are many people that I've dealt with that I haven't had to put up because I just talk with them real nice. And everybody can tell I never cuss them or nothing like that, you know. I never cuss nobody. Never use violence. Never had to pull nothing for nobody. Unlike, what some people say. You know what I feel it is? I feel like it's an anointing. It's an anointing. But for real, this is the church. I don't remember. You reminded it that's the church. It's an anointing. It's an anointing. But there comes a day that I pray that we could eliminate all the scamming that is taking place. For the longest while, I have a file that I'm supposed to finish, prepared to send to the Minister of Housing and the ministers in the Ministry of Housing with the HGC scams, because I would have gotten a lot of information. And it's a lot. So it's taking a lot for me to pause out of my day to sit and formulate. But I want to share this conversation with you guys, with Mr. Daniel. I think it's how much voice notes I send you? 1 or 2? I send you 2? It will be the first one. Right, it now come up there just now. So I want to make sure we get it there. Check again. I think just something they do just now, and then outside there it come up. Let me see. All right, let me see what I could do here. So here what I will do. If we could get that bam, 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 fancy, smancy. All right. So here what we could do. There's young boy filling his face over there. Come and give me a plug in now. Let him come and give me a plug in, and I'll play it here from the source. Yeah? This is what it's all about, And at the end of the day, this is how we deal with things here. We get it done. It's not about the pretty look and the pretty face thing, and this one trying to look pretty for the media, and no. We're not on all of that pretty thing. That's XLR here. That's a plug-in. Yeah, just a plug-in. I don't think it is. It's just to pull something and play there, and I go play. So, this is the conversation that we're going to bring for you guys in retrospect to Island Platter and the conversation I had with him on Saturday. And he almost catch me in, because I didn't have my recording devices on me, and he was going to have a nice sweet conversation. He was going to talk and say whatever he had to say and all them kind of thing, but yeah, I could probably pass it right here. But thank God I always prepared and always ready. So I just put in our next mic day. Right? You get it? Right, so I'll play it from here, and we could sort out that after. Let me see.
To that investment.
Yeah.
Is it that they were aware what was being done with the funds? Well, I always do my best to explain to persons how it is done. I am not sure that everyone have the literacy to understand what is explained to them, but I do my best in order for persons to understand.
Right.
I would have conversations long trying to explain how it is achieved, etc.
Right.
Now, hear me out. Allow me to land this plane really quick in the interest of time, right? So when the shirts and etc. began being made together with other issues that we had right there at the car park in terms of the spot where we were generally wasn't the ideal spot. So that together with the issues that we were having with chats and so on, we decided to move, etc.
Right.
No one can see, and any of those investors can see to you that Daniel has ever been missing in action. Because although we may not have made payments to everyone, Daniel was always present. No matter how many times the island platter moves, you could show up at the island platter any day at any time, and I'm sitting there waiting. That's hiding. That is true. Is it reasonable then for them to say that Daniel is hiding? You could actually sponsor the island platter. I don't need listening action. I'm at the island platter every single day. Right. And if someone shows up, I am there to say, hey, we may not be able to make payments today, we may not be able to make it tomorrow. But come back X, Y, by Z day, and I will do my best to make if it's half payment and then the balance on another day, etc.
Right.
As recent as a few weeks ago, maybe, and I think this is what stirred up this situation a bit more in recent times, I would have sent out a message to all persons who are outstanding for payments, giving them a time frame for which those payments would have been made. Unfortunately, I have not been able to meet the deadlines for quite a lot of persons, and there's reasons for that, right? Which was not foreseen. Yeah. Right. As I said before, remember, this is not a pyramid scheme structure. The island platter that you invested in is what is operating and paying you back your money, the person who invested in it. Yeah? So you came to the platter and say, look, $1,000. Improve your operation on the island platter and pay me back. So you have to know that if for some reason there's some unforeseen thing that the island platter is dealing with, for example, now at the moment, right, we cannot make any payment because we are now moving from where we were located. The last place that we were located is at the Grande Food Hub. We cannot operate there because the lease, the operator of the Grande Food Hub no longer has a valid lease of the compound. He's not the owner of the compound. He owns the concept that is the Grande Food Hub. He no longer has a lease for the property. So all these vendors say will force the lease because the Grande Food Hub is not operating there anymore. But the compound is there. He doesn't own the compound.
Right.
Yeah? So we are now forced now to have to relocate again. So it means now that we are now going to come back to the Arima area, right? That is what I'm saying. We've searched up and down for months, and even when we were in Grande, we have always been trying to get a location in Arima. That things change up a bit, and we have to find we are even searching even more breathlessly, right? So I anticipate that in the coming weeks, we will, definitely by next week, we should have a location that is outfitted and so on, and operations can start, so we can repay those noble persons who trusted and gave us that love when we needed it.
Right. But you see, here what I'm saying is that, I mean,
I know where you're coming with.
I want to give you all this in full ball, eh? I want to give you all this in full scope. Because I want to teach you all, you know, I think I wanted to do a 1-day, 2-hour symposium, Scamming 101. How to identify a scammer. Maybe I might do it live on TV. I mean, we'll come and I'll talk to them guys and them here, and we'll put together a video, and we'll get some examples of different ways that people scam people, how to look out for it. Look, the TikTok one down, yes? How to look out for it, and how to save yourself from being a victim. But I want to deal with this Daniel guy from Island Plaza today. Because to me, what he's doing is making no sense. You talk in a big way. Yeah, deal. Pay $1,000, you get $2,000. If that was the case and it was so successful, watch that. I take 1,000 from Nathaniel, I take 1,000 from Robert, I take 1,000 from Enrique, I take 1,000 from Z, I take 1,000 from everybody in a gun, and I double that, and I give back all the 1,200. Oh, that's not Nathaniel. I give back all the 1,200. You ain't gonna know. Best blue suit ever. You get back your 1,000 then, and you got 200 extra to go and buy a little punch downstairs or kind of thing. Buy new lens. All right. But when I look at this prototype of this business, and I'm not sure if you all were understanding what he was saying when he was describing how the business works. And you know, the only time we just actually realize a scammer is a scammer sometimes, when we are in this situation, is after the fact. We just understand or realize a scammer is a scammer when we get scammed and we no longer can get back our money. In the heat of the moment, we want our money now. So we make that sacrifice. And when water more than flour, it's pressure. So I will go back into it, but before I go back into it, we're going to pay some bills. And when we pay those bills and come back, I'm going to get into the details of this so that we can make some kind of mathematical sense. If I'd know, I would have bring my little whiteboard from home, and I'd have stick it up right here, and we would have do a mathematical equation. You understand? We would have do a mathematical equation. But look, what's something? You see how nice Real TV is? I touch it, my set, and it's in there, you know. Well, you know there's green screen. That is quality. I just let you know that is quality. Isn't it at some places you go, they're doing green screen, and when you think you see no kind of, they're looking fuzzy now. You understand? But I mean, they're living up to the name too, yes? The street. So we're going to pay some bills and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. This is straight to the point right here on Real TV, the release of the reels.
Yeah, straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From news to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us. In a world full of noise, choose clarity. The Real News digital publication is your choice for important news coverage. From influential figures shaping our nation to a powerful week in review that keeps you informed. The weekly edition is available for download on all of our social media platforms. Smart, sharp, essential. Real News digital publication. Stay informed, stay educated, stay empowered.
Hello everyone, I am the Reverend Clifford Rawlins, minister of the Diego Martin United Church and a published author. I am inviting you to join me on Real TV for Honest to God, where we are honest with what Scripture is and says and addressing topical issues in Christianity in a postmodern context and post-colonial Caribbean landscape. Provocative, controversial, stimulating, and above all, openly honest. Every Tuesday at 2 to 3 p.m. right here on Real TV.
Honest to God, I'm coming clean. Honest to God.
Join us on Real TV for Highlights with Alan Ferguson, a program where we aim to level the playing field through meaningful conversation and real action. We highlight the positive developments happening within communities across Trinidad and Tobago, while also addressing the concerns and challenges affecting government agencies and everyday citizens. Tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m., only on Real TV.
Straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From news to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From news to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Current affairs, politics in the air. Social issues, we deal with it fair. No fluff, no filter, we call it how it is. Real TV vibes, what this how we biz. Straight to the point, get the people them speak. Straight to the point, every day of the week. Drama, truth, now the stories we've been. Tune in, let reality sing ya. Straight to the point, we don't beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From news to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From news to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From news to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Current affairs, politics in the air. Social issues, we deal with it fair. No fluff, no filter, we call it how it is. Real TV vibes, what this how we biz. Straight to the point, get the people them speak. Straight to the point, every day of the week. Drama, truth, now the stories we've been. Tune in, let reality sing ya. Straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From news to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From news to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Yeah, straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From news to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Current affairs, politics in the air.
We're back on the inside. I want to say good afternoon. Welcome to all of you all that is here with us. For those of you all that every time we go on a break, you all stick with us. You stay with us. You know, you support us by liking and sharing. So, let me see if I could make these things make sense. There are a lot of scamming things that are happening in this country. There are a lot of people that are doing a lot of different things where they call it investment, get rich, make money quick. I don't think they don't ever put scheme next to it, but it's always a investment opportunity. What a lot of times these people do is that before they do business with you, they do a feasibility test. They do a means test where they check you operate to them. And what they will do is to ensure that you are weak to a point where you're unable to get back at them if something is to happen. Or you're not that big or connected on social media where you can do a video and spoil their operations. Good afternoon, Miriam Mohammed. Good afternoon to you. Jamila Woodruff, I see you as well. Good afternoon. Because they want people who are blind on social media and does not have an influence, because the target is to get as much people as they possibly can without having to repay anyone. Let's work the maths for a little bit. If I am to give somebody $1,000 who is in a food business, they have a food business, right? We give them $1,000. And it is said that from this $1,000 that is given, you're going to receive your initial investment, your capital of $1,000, plus $1,000. Now, from the time that a person tells you that, and then gives you an unrealistic timeline in terms of saying that you're going to get back the money in 14 days, is an unrealistic timeline. Especially in a business where you're talking about food. I can understand if you tell me, lend me $1,000 and I give you $1,200 back. That's feasible. If you go buy a money lender, how much a money lender is charging now on every 100? 50 on every 100, right? Right, so 50 on every 100. So 50 on every 100, that's 10 hundreds, so that's $500, right? That's the interest. So a money lender will lend you $1,000 and say $50 on every 100. So you pay 1,000 and you give them back 1,500. All right, so that's reasonable. And then if you default payment every week, how did this do it? Is a penalty fee, or did it just the same 500 every week would just keep multiplying? You'd multiply as you go. So it would be what, 100 every week, or is like 500 every week, or? Okay. 100 every week. So you're telling me that in 14 days, I'm going to get $500 by 2, so $1,000 on top of 1,000, right? And people are getting catch, and that's why since 2025, December, this man owing money, can't pay back people money, telling them that he go pay them, and when they go by the business to look for the man, the business closed down, it shut down, it just is wherever, right? So I just want people to understand and to know and to learn and to say, yeah, what's going on? Based on all that we're doing here, based on the fact that with this business that this guy has, that he's saying that, hey, $1,000, he think, hey, already Prime Minister in the building, man. And $1,000 based on he giving you 1,000, you give her 1,000, he paying 2,000. I just want people to understand that you're not going to get your money. And as I told the young man, he has 7 days to produce the remainder of funds, and we'll go from there. Now, there's a case that we're actively dealing with right now, where it is that there's 2 home invasions. One home invasion, I want to just put the video on the screen for the people with the home invasion. The 3 young men came in. I'm actually going to deal with this, so most likely probably by this evening. You know what? I feel like we could probably go up there this evening. You know? But this home invasion took place. We have to have, I sent you that video, right? It was 3 young men walking on the side by a, yeah. Persons of interest. This would have happened in Pinto Road, Arima. This happened in Pinto Road, Arima. These 3 young men entered a home in Pinto Arima. They entered a home in Pinto Road, Arima. So somebody from an Arima side must know these young men, because these men are familiar with the area. They entered a man's home, stole his vehicle, a Nissan Frontier, a 4x4 Nissan Frontier, license plate TBN 4938. This vehicle was taken from him, as well as some other items. This would have happened on Wednesday at around 3 p.m. And the sad thing is the police can't do everything. The police hands tied up. Right now they have to investigate Balize House. They have to investigate all kind of things. They have to investigate who want to kill Barry Padrat. There's all those other things that they investigate, right? So, the procurement thing with the yeah, how much million? I mean, Yeah. They have a lot of work. Remember that I monitor Alyssa Phillips, right? That I monitor Alyssa Phillips on her post. Make sure she's not going back out there to protest, to be a nuisance to the safety of the general public, in saying that Guevara must go, you know. While these young men, and look at them, what their ages? We feel their ages are. And the only dotish one in the crew is the one with the bandana. And what we will do is that we will, by tonight, I'll have a positive face on that young man. Somebody must know them. You must watch your brethren and say, I know this man. I know them. There's also a young man. So they went and they relieved the man of his vehicle and whatever. So we will go up there. I will call and see what could happen. And if it is that it could happen, we'll carry the crew up there and we'll have a conversation with the man, and then we will bring that for you all tomorrow. As well as we will head to Diego Martin Corporation. They're having a all trade show, whatever the case may be. They say now media houses don't take them on anymore, but not Real TV. Real TV, we just take on everybody. Whether you're trending, you're not trending, we'll make you trend, even if you're not trending. Sitting, standing, falling, however you decide to do it, we will be there with you. But there is also a guy by the name of Josiah. My mouth is slip sometimes, sorry. There's a guy by the name of Josiah. I didn't plan to send that. He is from the Mova Lavantil area. Lady Young to be exact. More Lady Young side. But Josiah is not in Lady Young right now. He hiding. Josiah would have been involved in an armed robbery yesterday. And now he's hiding. And I just want people to know that I'm looking for Josiah. I'm not all looking for him, you know, I could find him. I know where to find him. So better you tell Josiah, come and check me, than I come to check him. Because Josiah have some explaining to do. And it have a lot of people of interest. You all remember I spoke to you all, for those of you all that was around and you was listening, and for the ones that wasn't around, I want to point out there again. Somebody say $25 on Trina say $25 on 100. Blessed afternoon to you as well, Angela. Where's the Trinidad artist who's a gospel singer again? What his name is? Jovitan? I am still trying to, in fact, you know what? This evening, I sure Jovitan will get in contact with me. Because I'm trying to find out how Jovitan have hot goods for sale. Driving a Kia Optima by Mova Junction. I'm telling them belly, you know. And this is not no hearsay thing, The gentleman pulled up next to me while I was walking, coming out of Mova Junction, or Mova gas station, I always call it. Mova gas station. Like Mova Junction gas station. Mova quick shop. To tell me, he has some goods to sell. Mind you, he watch me. He say, your face looking familiar. I should have tell him I was on TV, I would have never find out. But he's selling hot goods. And then it drew me back to when it is they had the robbery down by Cipriani Boulevard. And he says, what, 3 Spanish? Come and hire him to do a hire work. You rent a car. You rent a car to work the people's car. But the media, we so sensationalized and we so dotish sometimes. We say, well, yeah, you rent a car. How it is you get these people and them to come and hire you? It was down on the Pauls, it was in Independence Square. How you get these people and them to hire you? You know how you take it? You bring these people and them, they went, they rubbed the bar, and then after rubbing the bar, crash the car. Now he's selling hot goods, perfume. If you see perfume in the back of that back seat. I had to invest in one of them, you know them gadget glasses on them, with the camera? Yeah, and I will invest in one. So when we going out there, I had the footage so I could just bring it on the TV show one time and think because people go feel like, you know, my life is always a movie. But sometimes I doesn't get all the movie clips to bring for all to see. But anyhow, so I would have actually spoken to the victim for the Josiah guy. He was in hospital yesterday. He came out and we are working on getting that, all the information and all them kind of thing. Look how nice it is, right? You know, a man now message me here and saying how I know the goods was hot. Sometimes I really wonder if dotations are sin, you know. But Mr. Ashton, just for your recollection and for you especially, I just want you to know that the young man told me that the goods was hot. He said, but I have some hot thing here. And I've taken small money for it. So even if it is, even if I would have misunderstood when he said some hot thing, meaning some nice expensive thing and whatever. When he said taking small money for it, I just want to get it right. What does that tell you? Not the stolen items? Not that it is stolen items? I just want to show you, I send you a screenshot so that people can understand, because this is a direct message I was sent to the page just seconds ago. Right? For you all to understand, there's so many people watching on the TV, they're watching wherever they're at and they're just waiting. So you know what? And I'll tell you by this evening, Jovi go contact me. Let me have a conversation about that now, Jovi. Tell me what you mean by you had some hot goods and you was driving the Kia Optima. And you was driving around looking for people to prey on. Right? You know the man message back and say he was just saying that for the thing to sell. But I had to be Jovi talking to me. I know that way. No daily on TV, you can't say that. You can't be smart. No way. This man is telling me that the man was just selling that. He said that to sell the thing. Robert, what mad thing is this? This is no longer, this is a sitcom. Mind you, AI does answer most of you before it transfers it to me. Say big up to AI. But the man just said here, how you know the goods was hot? Stop fighting down the man hustle. And then he said, because he's listening, so he responded in real time. He just said that for the thing to sell. Why would I say something hot for it to sell? That making sense to you? If I am selling a product and I want it to sell fast, and I will tell you, hey boy, I have some nice goods here, things well nice, best fragrance, and I give it at our best price today, you pay $600 for this all day. Let me tell you how sad it is. The tags on the items, there were tags on the items. You know, like when it is, they put it in a shelf, it looked like it came from a shelf. Because you know, like some people just cut out the little Bristol board and make a star shape, a circle, O shape, and you see sale mark on it, and you see the price. That's exactly how the items were. So I don't know who showcased the smash. I don't know who showcased the smash and the take the items and go on to sell, but sad be the portion. You pay some bills and we be back. You go and you fight up with yourself and talk to the artificial intelligence and fight your battle in terms of what you feel he was trying to do. Maybe because that make no sense. We're going to pay some bills, we'll be right back. Don't go.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
Behind every mistake, there's a person. And behind every struggle, there's a story waiting to be told. This is Redemption, a road to rehabilitation and recovery, where honesty meets hope and change begins. I am Prem Badru. I was a part of the problem, and now I want to be part of the solution. So join me on Real TV every Thursday at 6 p.m. See you there.
In a world full of noise, choose clarity. The Real News digital publication is your choice for important news coverage. From influential figures shaping our nation to a powerful week in review that keeps you informed. The weekly edition is available for download on all of our social media platforms. Smart, sharp, essential. Real News digital publication. Stay informed, stay educated, stay empowered.
I am Zalisa Budu Singh Rupani, inviting you to join me for the rebirth of Apne Sitare, Our Stars, a vibrant and spectacular show celebrating the incredible local talents of the sons and daughters of Trinidad and Tobago. Experience the beauty of our culture through singing, dancing, and musical performances as we keep the arts alive and shining bright. Tune in right here on Real TV every Sunday from 1 p.m. for Apne Sitare, Our Stars. See you there.
Social issues, we deal with it fair enough. Fluff, no filter, we call it how it is. Real TV vibes, what this how we miss. Straight to the point, get the people them speak. Straight to the point, every day of the week. Drama, truth, now the stories we've been. Tune in, let reality sing ya. Straight to the point, we not be.
We're back on the inside. I want to say good afternoon and welcome to all of you all that is on the... Well, tell Enrique, leave me alone now, please. Right? Send a message and just let him know, leave Dale alone. Right? This man was fighting me a while. But don't worry. Today for you, tomorrow for me. So, over the past couple of days as well, I would have actually had the opportunity to talk to a lot of victims. While, rocking back, looking at certain things, organizing content, organizing interviews and times and all these things that are supposed to take place. I had the opportunity to talk to many different victims. And some of these victims are victims that are involved in police-involved shootings. And you went with me in Matura, right? No, you didn't go with me in Matura. Well, so far we have gotten where the police officer, one of the police officers in question, would have been transferred out of the Matura station. And I decided that I was going to play back and put back out there the interview with the resident from Matura And we have that. Because there was a lot of things that was missed. And I felt like, I had a little daily devotion and I was praying too as well. And I telling God, I said, God, yeah, I don't know what you're doing, man, And in those little prayers, I was reminded and brought back to Karen, and there was things that I missed. And I was urged to go back over it again and edit it and look at it and send it back out. And I felt like, in the Bible when they was marching around the walls at Jericho, it's Jericho, right? It's how much times they march around the walls. Let me check, test you and see if you know about that. You had to pull it up. But they marched around and they marched around and they marched around and they marched around. Before the walls came tumbling down. And it was the Israelites, right? 7 times. Because it was on the 7th day. And on the 7th lap, they blew the trumpets, the shofar. And I could kind of decipher it, because it was described as a march. It didn't say, and you could correct me, because remember, Jericho, around the walls of Jericho, it wasn't no small building. It wasn't the size of this room. It was a big city. So one lap could have taken at least 40, 45 minutes to march. We don't know if it took 7 days. But it was marches. But wasn't that like a protest? I don't know, I'm asking. Wasn't it like a protest? Because they was marching with a purpose, right? And they marched around, and I don't think they was quiet when they were marching. Were they? Shouting and praising God. So since in the Bible days we marching. And on the 7th time, blew that shofar, and the walls came tumbling down. And if we look at it from not a physical aspect, sometimes we have to march, we have to go ahead, we have to be persistent and keep going and keep going and keep going until the walls fall down. Until the message is sent. And I remember when I met Karen Belfort and we spoke. And even before camera started to roll and we were talking about what took place, and I wanted to get an idea of, what was happening with him and all these different things. And he explained it to me. And then we pulled the camera out and we started to record the ordeal as to, what is what. And at first I said, we go mash them up. And I drop it. And you know, it wasn't really nothing big. And just a couple days ago, and that's why it's important to listen to the voice, not daily voice, the voice of God. When you get that little quickening, you just know it, you know. There's be a little subtle little thing that's tell it to do something, or we just sometimes call it with conscience. Nah, boy, that I feel that gonna make sense today, you know. Nah, boy, let me do this, or yeah, make her do that. And when we released that video again, that video went viral. Questions were starting to asked. And then a little while after, about 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm up. And I pulled my laptop. And I hear a voice saying, Jaden Diaz. Look at Jaden Diaz's video again. And I looked at Jaden Diaz's mother's testimonial. And to this day, there are parts of it that we haven't spoken about yet on the media. And we haven't put it out there. And I started to go through it again and started to put things out. Put it out. And that went viral. I wouldn't like to tell you what is happening in the background right now because everything is in God's timing. So we go leave it like that for now. But I want to tell you all this, that at the hands of Straight to the Point, a lot of persons are going to be held accountable for the things that they are doing in the public domain. There are a lot of people that are taking advantage of persons. I mean, trying to be bossy or nothing like that, you know. But because of the way that this program is structured, accountability is going to be a must. And we need for persons to be accountable and for people to get justice. You imagine sitting and hearing that a mother, 4 years and counting, no justice for a child that was killed by the hands of police? How long ago was it with the Kessel Endo case? Kessel Endo was more than 4 years. Killed in Chaguanas by the Chaguanas hit squad. Imagine family members being a part of the same protective services and their own comrades kill your own family member and there is no solution, there's no update, they have nothing to tell you, and we just have to sit there and stomach it all and take it all. Sometimes I just want for people to put themselves in the position of victims and ask yourself, if this was you, what would you have done? Imagine a grieving father like Joshua Samaru's dad, arrested for grieving. Basically, the charge was grieving. He is out there hurting. And because of a media house not being responsible, he was arrested and charged. Oh, how I wish sometimes that many persons in this building can experience some of the things that I experience when I go out there and I speak to people. And at the end of the day, you have to come and stand up behind this desk, stand in front of this camera, and look at all of you all watching at me, and keep on hold yourself together. It's a sad reality, and it's sad. And from this evening, I'm going to send out some correspondence because I need to understand what is supposed to happen when there's a police-involved shooting. I also want to engage in some conversations with some attorneys. I know earlier in the game when the show had started, I would have asked for some attorneys to be present so we could have some conversations where these things are concerned, as well as persons who could help in society. Because there are a lot of people who have zero guidance. And they don't know what to do and how to do. And they're just depending on God and social media for their plight to be heard. And well, straight to the point. Because daily we get messages like, whoa. Some of them is, I just have to pray for some of them, because some of them, if it is that I do get into it, I definitely will not be here at Real TV Studios. I'll have to go Guyana or Barbados or Venezuela and broadcast my show live from there. You know? Yeah, I got to go outside. Because there are so many things that are happening right around us that it is something else. You know, there was a Venezuelan person that saw the show and they tried to scam me. Using a matter that was happening presently. And they identified themselves as certain people. And they told me that there was a little kidnapping scene thing that take place, and they wanted me to air the situation and put it out there and raise funds, and I'll get the funds to them and they will help the person get out, because they are in direct contact and they had the link and feel like tripping now. Feel like born yesterday. And they're talking real nice, eh? But didn't know that I have people that everything that I do before I do, we just run a little investiquery on here. And when I did the investiquery, I realized that a bunch of nothing, a bunch of shippiness, and I left it like that. So I want to take, before that I close today, well, make sure and take all your vitamins. First importantly, drink a lot of water. But I want to tell you all this, and I want to just kind of give you all a guideline for the persons that have been looking at the show. There are a lot of people who are frightened, they're afraid, they feel like it will be a put-up thing. Once you have information or you are a victim of something, you have mediums and ways to get in contact with us. And there's no other medium besides these mediums. We have a contact number, 264-4762. That is the only contact number that there is that you can send a message to via WhatsApp and we will respond. You can send a direct message on Facebook, a direct message on TikTok, Instagram, X. I think, yeah. And that is in concerns with issues that you may have. You could probably send it to Real TV too, you know, they will forward it to me, because there have been people who have messaged on WhatsApp, the Real TV WhatsApp number and all these different things, and I've received the message confidentially. I've never had that problem, I see, with things that has leaked out, and I share certain information with the guys and it don't go nowhere. I just can't share everything with them, because if they decide to hold one of them and torture them, they're going to be really able to say, I don't know. I really don't know. You know, Nathaniel had tickles under his foot, so they might tickle here until he squeal. And he might be the first man to squeal, you know. He going to be the first man to squeal. It's like give something to eat and a camera, and he go talk. Yeah? You can't run it just now. But, you know, these are the methods. I'm going to tell you this, that if you have no evidence, I cannot help you. If you do not have a paper trail, whether it be by messages, I cannot help you. It's just really simple like that. Once we don't have this information, I cannot help you. I cannot post anything online. Excuse me. I cannot publish anything online because having evidence is twofold. One, it's ammunition. Two, it protects myself as well as the TV station from any legal implications where a person might say that it's defamatorious, it's libel, it's untrue. The evidence helps us to ascertain and to know for sure that the information that you've presented is credible. Because there are some people who, they want to put up the child father or the man that they was with. A woman messaged me the other day to tell me a man, did I tell all about this? No, all of this happened this weekend. You know? Robert, imagine this, right? This woman come and tell me that this man make her pawn her gold chain. Right? Make she pawn her gold chain. He received $4,000 for it. And she haven't gotten back a cent from him. So I asked her, say, were you and the person or the guy involved in a relationship or anything like that? She said, no, not at all. I said, but you need to send me screenshots and stuff, you know, that will prove that, you know. Because she said that the guy had a chain, and here it would get worse. The guy had a chain, and he said that he couldn't carry the chain to pawn because the chain mount. But here it would get good, eh? Couldn't carry the chain because it mount, but he gave her the chain to hold, and she go pawn her chain instead. When she realized that the man blocked she, and she can't get on to him, she went to go and pawn his chain so she could go and take back out her chain and realize that the chain was silver dipped in gold. But I know if you can't pawn a chain, right? You can't get nobody to hold it either because it mount for you, not so? So I don't know. But these are some of the things. And the greatest part of it all, excuse me, is that, you know the guy, she sent me the screenshots and stuff. And when I looked at the screenshots, it was because she and the man really had a relationship. So, man and woman problem, I'm trying to bring straight to the point in the back canal. I don't want no part of that. So, what I want to tell you guys is, once it is that you have information, you send it for us. We will go through it with a fine-tooth comb, and then we will deal with it from there. There are persons who have intricate matters, and that means I have to intricately go through the matters. All right? Some of you all may not understand. Some of you all feel that you need to get justice now. But there are some matters where I need to also have a conversation with my attorneys to ensure and be advised accordingly. If they feel like this, go, they headless. And that's why I've been able to never reach before the courts in doing this for years, because of the fact that I take advice and I go through things with a fine-tooth comb so that when it is I'm done, I'm legally sound as well. Yeah? So, there are some other stuff that I wanted to show you all very quickly, but I don't have the time to do it. Also, I would have gotten in contact with the original or the real Anil Imports. His name is Anil Chabilal. He is actually the real owner of Anil Extreme Imports. Remember, there was a guy that was giving people, telling them now how you go by Royal Castle, you pay $1,000, and then he'll give you $1,500 in a Rima thing, right? Right. So this person is who actually doing that is actually impersonating the real owner of Anil Extreme Imports. And Anil would have gotten in contact with me, and we are arranging for Anil to do an interview that we will put out there to help save other persons. Because, I mean, you know how hard it is. You have your business that you grow and you credibility and all these different things, and a man coming and just mashing up your business. People sending $650, $750 to this man to get a job. Time's done hard already, telling you that it's for uniform and whatever, and that you will get back the money and $1,000 when you come out to work on Friday. Making people go to Arima Royal Castle by the dial to have his meeting, and this man never shows up. And your money's gone because he makes you send the money via Western Union. That's just how these things go. So we are working. I would have had a little slowdown because I still not 100%. I was very unwell, and we're still fighting up, and I'm fighting to somebody just sent me a thing there. I hear? Somebody sent me something here, so it kind of distracted me. So I'll deal with that, and we'll deal with that tomorrow too as well. So we are working, and at the end of the day, we're fighting it through to make sure that I don't think we want a successful show. I don't want a successful show anymore. I want a show that is working for the people and gives the people that platform that they are able to let their voice be heard. Get the attention of the people that we need to get the attention of, and at the end of the day, justice. And every person that we are successful with, every person that justice comes from and for, that's what makes me happy. And that's what makes me get up and come here every day. As sick as it may be, or however it might be, I will make sure and get up and come and be here to ensure that you all get what you all need. So, tomorrow, please the Lord, we'll be here. Tomorrow's going to be an exciting show because we have a lot of intricates and a lot of detail and interviews and a lot of snippets and a lot of things that is going to be on the inside where that is concerned. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Well, Wednesday, Thursday, we have some interviews lined up. Some very interesting guests. Then they're going to give us some very interesting information. And that's how we do it, straight to the point. So until tomorrow, please the Lord, you all stay prayed up, you all stay safe, you all stay scamming free. Try and don't get scammed between now and tomorrow. And of course, be blessed always. All right? So I want to say thanks to all of you all that are watching. I want to say thanks to the directors, to the management staff, Miss Elisa. You understand? She not no nice, easy cup of tea to deal with, no, but she had the tenacity, man. She are back. Right? So, until tomorrow, please God, stay blessed as always. This is straight to the point. I'm Dale the Voice, and I will see you guys tomorrow, please God. Same time, same place, 4 p.m. sharp. Oh, wait, before we go. We are doing something with Venezuela, not so? We are doing something with Venezuela, Real TV. We're jumping in a part of the aid for Venezuela. And for those of you all that would like to donate and to be a part and to give, you all can feel free to do so. Canned items, you all could make donations of canned items, clothes, not clothes that all you're not wearing anymore, that all you would not wear. Things that you would wear, things that you would say it's good enough for you, we will deal with it good enough for other people. So clothes, non-perishable item, water, however that you believe that you can assist, you do so. And you can bring it to the Real TV Studios, which is in Fred's Plaza, right? That's in Sawa, right between Mario's and Royal Castle. The nice building. Downstairs is a 24/7 convenience store. You just walk upstairs, you'll see a little bushy face fella, right? You just tell him, I come to drop for to be a part for the Venezuelan aid, and he will more than likely assist you. All right, that is fully endorsed by myself. It's a good thing, and you know, it's always good to give. So I just making sure and say that nobody didn't tell me in my ears to say nothing. I've been seeing the ads, I've been watching, and I saw that we're doing something for our neighbors, and I 100% endorse it fully. All right, now you could go and organize all yourselves for the 7 p.m. news. Or you have a show later, you have a show after me ends. So we have a highlights is up next. So guys, keep it locked. This is Real TV, the realest of all reels.